It's about just doing the right thing. And the right thing now is to circle around Jazzy and let her know that she's valued. She says egregious things. I say egregious things. Everybody has said bad things on this app now. They say right or wrong. No, it was wrong. But you know what? The blowback didn't equal the offense. I'm sorry, it just didn't.
Yeah. And I mean, yesterday it got swung straight back around to me. That because I stated, which is very clear in the replays, I've got the recordings. Very clear. All I stated was that if you have a problem, maybe go hire your own attorney team. Okay? Clubhouse.
Yeah. And I'm never gonna do that, Beth. And I heard you say it when you said it.
Hold on.
But she took it a whole nother direction.
I never mentioned a name. I said anybody that has an issue, go get your own attorney team. And meet them in a real courtroom, because clubhouse courtrooms don't exist. That's it.
Well, the courthouse courtroom, man, is public opinion, right? Now, Jazzy's a big girl. She didn't ask. She's not asking. I haven't spoken to Jazzy since yesterday. Since I
talked to her like 30 minutes ago.
Congratulations. But she didn't ask me or jump on somebody else's dick so they could open the room to defend me. I'm a grown-ass man. She's a grown-ass woman.
I don't know, but I don't really want to talk about it. That's not the kind of spaces I hold. But Jay, I dearly adore you, and we can talk offline about this, but I'll hop in and listen to what you're saying over there when you open up your room. But good morning, Danny and Zach and Zobek and Billy Sunshine, one of my favorites, and Smiling, and Jag. Yeah.
Well, let me just put a bow around this. Jaggy has said egregious things against Jewish people. I'm a proud guy. But you know what? I still forgive her. I'm not mad. I'm not going to go, hey, Billy Sunshine, go open the room because she said something bad about me. I'm not going to sit there. I'm a man. I stand on my fucking square. So I think now is the time that if you really have any respect for Jazzy, and some of you won't, reach out to her and let her know that she's valued, man. I've been where she's at, but so have you. So if anything, we need to not forget where we came from and help others around us.
All of us on here have been.
Yeah, try as you may and try as you might, it doesn't help if the other person doesn't give a fuck about your plight.
Thanks, Dr. Seuss.
I'm sorry, Joe. What were you saying?
I was just saying all of us on here have been victims of, in some way. Our skin had to get good, right?
Joe B, check this out. When I had banged with the Million Marathon, that room was at capacity, 8,000 people. I went in there by myself as a man, and I fought every big influence on Zap. Who, by the way, have since apologized and said they were wrong. They should have never did what they did. Because Cancer Con was a real dude, helping real people. So,
Those were the days, Jay.
yeah, but yeah, when you're on one side of the wall, if you're on the other side, it's not so fun. You know, when you walk into a room with 8,000 people coming at you, yeah, it's not pleasant. But you know what? I don't cry about it. You know what I did? I rebuilt myself. That's it. But rest assured, I went in there by myself and stood on my fucking square by myself. I didn't have somebody next to me saying, oh, she did this, she did that. That was a hit job.
Yeah, you were a ping pong man, JB.
Made me stronger, Joby. That's why now I'm running healthy debates.
Good morning, Anthony. Well, tell me something good. Anybody doing something fun this weekend?
Yeah, Anthony, give us some change of topic up here. We need some help.
Well, I'm doing what, a lot of people have done in human history. I'm going to exercise, and I'm going to read a book.
That sounds Gosh. I can't.
Wizard, am I wrong?
I'm reading a good
No, I
book.
mean, I'm not gonna exercise
University of
naked.
Hard Knocks. Read it. It's a good book.
What are you reading?
University of Hard Knocks.
Oh, some people might think that's Clown House.
I think I went there, but I don't think I went there.
I was gonna go with Little Orphan Annie, like Daddy Warbucks, like, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us.
So I was sitting by the pool last week, and some guy came and needed to get in. I came and unlocked the gate for him. He was the wildlife removal guy. And he was talking to me for a while. He was pretty cool. I got along with him. I asked him if he was hiring when he showed me his gun. And turns out they were. Within 5 minutes, I had an interview set up. I went and met with the owner of the company, and he called me back yesterday and said that I was by far the best interview, and that I start as soon as I'm ready, as soon as I want.
Oh,
So
word! That's what's up, bro.
Congratulations, Zach. So what was it about the gun that made you decide to ask further questions?
It was just a cool looking gun. I was like, hell yeah, I want to shoot stuff with a rifle every day. That sounds fun.
The bigger question is, why was he coming into
One of the reasons I joined the Army.
What was he? Was there an alligator or a snake or something?
No, there was a bunch of iguanas.
Okay, gotcha.
Did he have a pellet gun?
It's actually I was surprised. I thought it was a 22 caliber. It was a 30 cal.
Oh, so it is a rifle.
It's an air rifle. It's an air rifle, but yeah.
It's a 30 caliber air rifle. So it is a pellet gun. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Here, I'll show you, Doc.
I've got a 45 caliber pellet gun. Trust me. I mean, they come in all sizes.
I was still surprised. I can't fit the whole thing, but here you can PTR. You'll see the air gauge.
But that is
So-
awesome.
so wait.
Yeah, congrats on the job.
Wait, you interviewed? Wait, you got the job from the guy?
No, so I talked to the guy that was trying to get into the pool. He was friends with the owner, and he said that they are hiring. I said, cool. I went on ChatGPT, had said, ChatGPT, look at my LinkedIn, write up a resume for me, and then I tweaked it a little bit and sent it in all within 5 minutes. Set up an interview, and the interview went by so quick, I was actually kind of worried. I thought it didn't go well, but he called me and said that I was actually the best person he talked to, and hands down, his words. So.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
totally. Congrats.
Congrats, Zach. What side of the world do you live on?
Here you go, PTR. Oh, wait. I'm in Florida right now.
He's on the side of the world. The greatest state out of the 50 that we actually live in.
You don't live in Georgia,
that
man.
little
Stop trying.
Bugs Bunny meme where he saws Florida off the United States. Like, that shit is so hilarious. And
We're going to become our own country one day. Just Florida.
you need to, like, Florida man is actually a thing. Like, whenever I read a crazy story, before I get to where it happened, I just assume it's Florida. Florida, you guys are wild.
Yeah, my friends made dime on the fact that they opened up Florida Man Radio Network before anybody else could nab it. And daggone America, they're doing great. Yeah, we're a little crazy down here. We live life by the way we want to live life. But Zach, is this something that you're really interested in doing? Hey, Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, people.
Good morning, good morning. Zach is going to be coming around the neighborhoods wrestling alligators soon.
Not alligators, that's a different company, but possibly snakes.
Oh, popping iguanas is fun, though.
Iguanas will be 90% of it.
It's such, down there where you live in South Florida, bro, like, that's such an invasive species to y'all's area. Like when I was growing up in my 20s, we didn't have iguanas down where you live. Like, it's only been in the last 20 years that it's become a real fucking problem.
Well, they came from South America and they have no natural predators because anything that could kill them is too big or too slow. They got nothing but meat. They destroy the ecosystem.
Yeah,
Yes, that answers your question. I do feel passionate about saving my home.
That's a good job. That's a good job, and that's good for the ecosystem. You're right. That's very good for the ecosystem. Good job.
I think he was agreeing with you, Doc.
I thought we were agreeing with each other, Jeff.
Oh, okay. It just sounded like your words. So I'm glad I misunderstood that.
Morning, Jeff.
Zach was trying to tan his legs yesterday and got a job offer, and now, when
I
he's ready.
I gotta wear pants sometimes, otherwise it's just too much attention.
He just gets a gun. The gun is what sold Zach on this job offer. Yeah.
Pretty much.
I gotta admit, it looks like a lightsaber worth of a gun.
So you do realize what the air pistol or rifle is for, right?
Do tell.
I mean, it's for killing, the critters that you're going to have to dispose of.
That would be correct. It's the quickest, most humane way to kill them, I think. We
Boy you're working with. There's an Asian guy at the gym. He always wears tight sweatpants, and I don't know how to tell him to stop. Ew, but like he wears really, really tight sweatpants. He's got the smallest dick I've ever seen. I see his print is through his pants every time, and it looks like a thumb.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I don't know how to tell him. He needs to stop because he's attractive. He's got a decent body until you see his little wee-wee sticking out of his little pants there. And I'm like, bro, you're cock blocking yourself.
Yeah, somebody needs to tell him.
That hurts.
I can't.
I don't know about a little
I can't tell
thumb.
him.
I don't know about a
It
little
looks like a thumb. You know, I'm used to dating guys that are big boys.
Not a shower.
I like big boys. You know what I mean? That's what I like.
I'm not gonna say like I'm a forearm, but like for real, I grow much bigger. But like.
But that's the thing, though. You're doing yourself an injustice if you are a grower, because you're walking around with this little bitty peeny weeny t-shirtini, and we're all like,
I don't know about all
oh.
that. Like fuck all that. But shanks.
His is itty bitty, bro. And you can see the. I don't know if he doesn't wear boxers, because you can see even the.
And get some fucking scum, you bitch.
What's going on?
Hey, but in pre-Islam, y'all used to kiss the... Pre-Islam, y'all used to kiss the black stump. Y'all used to lick the black
How the fuck do you want to say?
Who are you talking to?
I don't know. But have you guys seen the movie Heretic with Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
That's T-Rex.
Yeah, it's T-Rex. He drunk as hell, bro. Yo,
Hey, T-Rex, you came over here, and I'm about to file a complaint on you, motherfucker. You was dropping the weak-ass bars in my freestyle.
Assalamu alaikum.
Shalom, bitch.
Salam.
Everybody want a pork chop?
Salami.
I can't get him alaikum assalam, Rahi. You're my Muslim brother.
No. Salami.
George.
Pre-Islam, the pagans didn't eat pork neither.
Any other questions from idiots?
They didn't eat pork and they worship more
You
than
better wait till I got pork chop.
Now y'all worship more than y'all still don't eat pork.
Lamb chowder. Lamb chowder. Just go vegan, guys, or vegetarian. Yeah.
Hey, who the fuck? Wait.
That'll do your
Crash out. Pico.
Yeah.
Why you treating my son like that?
Ooh, what up?
I see my son Christian invited me to a private room. He said he can't come in here no more.
That nigga gaslight you, bro. You don't pay no attention to that nigga.
Oh, man.
That nigga's a weirdo.
Hey, sir.
That nigga's an attention seeker.
Little boy.
That nigga's an attention seeking being.
Fuck.
onus on the parents to find more ways, because there's a lot of ways to kind of help restrict them. The bigger interaction will be when they get around their friends and they're not in the, like, under your absolute supervision, and see how that happens at that point.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, like it should definitely be incumbent on the parents. If the issue is restricting kids, yeah, exactly what Ford said. That's the parents.
I want to say, I just wish your allow us to prosper, because we are the people with, resources. You guys kind of steal your resources to kind of, fix your economy. That guy said, the guy who,
Okay, this is Saturday, March 29th, 2025. Vote John. No. Dr. Australia. It's kind of funny. People like they miss the action, so it's like they want to get back in on the action, or they want to recreate the action. They want to layer it, get their points in. Oh, what the fuck that means. Give me the sign of the open eye, and the token of wreck, the thorny thigh, and the word of madness and mystery. Oh, pan, you pan, you pan, you pan, 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 pan. I am a man. Do as thou wilt, as a great God can. Oh, pan, you pan, you pan, you pan, pan. I am awake in the grip of the snake. The eagle slashes with beak and claw. The gods withdraw, the great beasts come, you pan. I am born to death on the horn of the unicorn. I am Pan, you Pan, you Pan, Pan, Pan. I am thy mate, I am thy man. Go to give me the sign of the open.
Focusing on the word cross. Okay, all of these were authorized, whatever you want to say, and the point here is
yesterday. Yeah, thanks for the chat earlier. No 14-year-old, where's she screaming at everyone? Oh, really? Think we can find it? Probably totally blocked. That would mean that whoever's blocking me blocked 5 accounts. That must mean they really don't like me. Or they really don't like being recorded, really. It can't be a me problem, right? It's always a you problem. Where is this little genius of a room? Where's the barbecue at? Where's this little barbecue? Oh, here we go. Ask Uncle Steve's got a room going. Well, I can't find the jazzy room. That was Uncle Steve's room, but he's just playing copyright music, so that's not gonna happen. I don't know, is it like, it's a public room, I assume, right? Must be really blocked out. Where are you, Dr. Jazzy? Ketchikon is a
Yo, listen, man, I don't want this room recorded, so I'm gonna have to fucking block you,
Did you hear that? Ketchikon's like, I don't want this room recorded. I'm gonna have to permanently block you. Isn't that funny? Kind of funny. Kind of funny. He doesn't want to be recorded. The Ketchikon doesn't want to be recorded. I love that Beth was like,
I'm on my shit today. What's up, Marky? Let me tell you something. The kid's alleged grandmother came into the room. She supposedly works for the courts for kids abused and all. Man, if you work for the courts, you do all that shit, and then you say your grandson's a savant, and you're allowing him around some of these fucking weirdos on Clubhouse unchecked. I'm sorry, lady, you're wrong.
No, I agree. I don't know what, but at the same time, I don't know why people are like engaging in debates with a 14-year-old. Like, shouldn't he go on the mock trial team and, talk to kids in school his age?
Supposedly he does, and he comes on here because he has a hard time meeting friends. That's fine. Listen, I have no smoke for this kid. I have smoke for these morons to say he's really smart, and he knows what he's doing, and if anything bad is said to him, he goes to grandma. Really? So you can check that. And then I asked her very polite, I said, respectfully, ma'am, do you go through his phone to see who he's talking to? She goes, no. Really? But you want to keep your kids safe? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, I have younger siblings, but they're not 14. I don't even remember, like, I don't know any 14-year-olds. They're young as fuck. They should not be.
He kicked me again. He kicked me again.
Yeah, if you're gonna deny the first,
not just all go, oh no, just you're asserting. I'm not gonna presuppose what they say. I say name and claim what that is. Give me something I can actually critique. Not just, oh, I deny the first premise. I go, okay, but where are you standing when you make that claim? You're on the triune God's worldview, or you're asserting something else that replaces him. I want to know who that God is. Unitarian, or some impersonal absolute principle, or something like that. Give me something with content to actually critique. I don't really just say, oh, well, because I just want them to fall into one of those 5 buckets. And they will. They just can't say, oh,
You spent $50 to fix this here, $30,000 to fix that there, and hopefully some of those fixes are covered by insurance. For those of you here for the first time, this is how the show works. Everybody in the audience is encouraged to be bold, brave, courageous. Raise your hand, we'll invite you up. Doesn't matter if I like you, I don't like you. Doesn't matter if I agree with you, I don't agree with you. You are encouraged to come on up and talk about anything you want. That's right. Everything is on the table. Nothing is off limits. Be it God, religion, current events, politics, autistic children on the internet, or Christian on Clubhouse. And I'm going to take a couple of minutes, and then we will get to the nieces and nephews. By the way, I don't have the authority from Clubhouse to invite Christian, but I am expecting Christian to come on in. If anybody can invite him, you're more than welcome to. I suspect he'll be here sometime. He might be sleeping now. I don't know. For those of you that don't know Christian Hill, he started on the internet approximately late November. Pardon me. He started on Clubhouse approximately late November. Ooh, someone's unmuted, and whoever it is, I definitely want to talk to you, but you got to stay muted until we call on you. That's how the show works. Thank you very much. Christian first came on the internet about late November of last year. He heard my show within the first week or two, and we quickly became friends. He actually asked me to regularly partner with him on our own show, and I politely declined. Couple of reasons, mostly because of my time constraints. Also, I've been doing my 2 shows on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for years now, and it's very hard to get me to commit to any other regularly scheduled shows. I mean, you will occasionally see me in the Deep State Patriots. You will occasionally see me in the Apes, and then messing around on these god-awful dangerous Clubhouse streets. But the only thing that I can comfortably commit to are my 2 shows, Ask Uncle Steve right now and Ask the Atheist on Sunday. However, Christian's been in my room on my show before. I've been in his room before. I gave him a special invite to come on and be a moderator today, and I will tell you why. When word got out that Reverend Scott and I were helping Christian along these dangerous Clubhouse streets, we had a couple of people, and one particular person who I'm not going to mention, but I'm sure Reverend Scott will, who came to us and said, do you have time to talk to us about this, talk to her about this? And she was probably expecting me and Reverend Scott to say, oh, well, we're busy right now next month, or oh, we're busy right now next week. We said, sure, we'll talk to you right now. And she brought us into a private room with a friend. We spent 45 minutes, this was a couple of months ago, having a sincere, honest, legitimate discussion about Christian on Clubhouse, about children on Clubhouse, about autistics on Clubhouse. And after 45 minutes, Reverend Scott and I thought we were done. It was over. We talked it out sincerely, honestly. We parted as friends. And then Reverend Scott and I find out shortly thereafter that this woman is taking the clubhouse superhighway, going and talking to anybody that will listen. And not only does she say that it isn't appropriate for a Christian to be on the internet, but Reverend Scott and I are grooming. It's a nice new word that I used to only use at the barbershop. That Reverend Scott and I are grooming Christian not only to be horribly violated, either physically, mentally, but also potentially end up being a child prostitute, and Reverend Scott and I are pimps. Well, I was floored. For the record, I've spoken with Christian, I've back-channeled Christian, I've spoken with his guardian, his grandmother. She totally supports and follows what he's doing on the internet. Anyways, come up to yesterday, or actually last week, the issue of Christian came up again. And not only was it brought up in the Deep State Patriots, not by me, by the way, but also my mod squad. I know the real names, but I think all of my mod squad have real names. I don't. Scott, do any of the mod squad use aliases, or do we all use our real names? Scott, if you're there.
I use my real name.
I think all of us use our real names. You know?
James is anonymous.
Oh, I thought his real name was James.
Right, but he doesn't, other than James, he doesn't have any links. But most of us are.
No, but his first and last name are in his profile.
It is James, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Not his last name.
I thought his last name was there. My mistake. No problem. Thank you. Anyways, so the issue of Christian came up again in the Deep State Patriots this couple of days ago. And then our running mod squad text, I have the real names, I have the cell phone numbers. By the way, I do have the best mod squad in town on Clubhouse. We had a running text, and clearly there was some disagreement about whether or not Christian should be on the internet. Now, I'm not going to divulge one single word of what was discussed. That is private text between me and my mods. It is a severe offense in the world of Uncle Steve's mod squad to let out in public what is discussed privately, but I can feel comfortable saying that not everybody agreed. Part of the mod squad said yes, Christian on Clubhouse. Part of the mod squad said no, Christian on Clubhouse, which is fine. Problem. Then we lead up to yesterday, where, actually maybe the day before or whatnot, no, yesterday, where Sig, and Sig is supposed to show up today. Well, hopefully he will this morning. And I love Sig. I've known Sig for a couple of years. There is a man's man. But also he is well educated. He is well read. He expresses himself well. I've known him for years. He's good to his word. And Sig had a couple of hundred people in his room. Hell, maybe a 1,000. I don't know. And Christian's grandmother was there. Christian was not there because probably Christian was in school. But Christian's grandmother was there. I was there. Reverend Scott was there. And he had an open and honest discussion about whether or not Christian should be on the internet and on Clubhouse. So I gave Christian an invite to come on in to be a co-mod today. And we're not going to run the show any differently than we always do just because Christian is here. However, Christian will be a guest moderator. By the way, if you're interested in being part of Uncle Steve's mod squad, you can back channel me. But these are the rules. Everybody is encouraged to have a fresh five. Be respectful. We do not encourage crosstalk between the nieces and nephews. So basically, most of the time, you will be speaking to either me or one of my mods. And you can talk about anything you want. Just be respectful. And with that, we are off and running. Let's let's say hello to Benjamin. Good morning, Benjamin. It's a pleasure to have you back on the show. What would you like to talk about? Benjamin,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Steve and Scott and whoever else shows up. Well, I wanted to pick up where we left off.
Absolutely. For those of you that don't know, Benjamin has been trying for years to get me to leave my religion. I have referred to him as a little small doggy who is constantly pulling at my at the bottom of my long pants. Yeah, go ahead.
Lose our religion.
Yes.
Song.
Yes.
Losing our religion. That's me in the spotlight. I was going to put you in the spotlight today.
Is that why you constantly do this, so you can be in the spotlight with your Uncle Steve?
It's me in the spotlight.
Well, you know, I won't really say it's lonely here, but I can always use somebody else.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, 2 questions today. Very quick questions. Prior speaker who's joined us this morning.
You're fading out, Benjamin. You're fading out. Benjamin, if you can hear me, you're fading out.
Right. No. Prior speaker.
There haven't been any other prior speakers today, Benjamin. I'm the only one that's spoken.
I know. This is why I'm picking up where I left off. Prior speaker from previous week said that the Jews are the oldest book club in history.
I must have missed that. Are you sure that was on my show?
It was, yeah. And,
okay, go ahead.
It's possible that it wasn't, but it was an interesting insight. You know, I'm learning. I am doing my learning about other people's religions. And
I can guess what you're about to say, Benjamin.
Well, I wanted to ask Steve if he agreed that Judaism was the oldest book club in the world, and if he knew what book Jews study.
My answer is.
Uncle Steve,
go ahead.
Let me amend the question.
Please do.
Do you know there's genocide in the book that they study, and they call people bastards, and they treat the Amalekites like shit? This is where this is going. I just want to.
No, yeah. And it's an excellent question, and an excellent question deserves an X.
I love the anticipation that Scott has. He is chomping at the bit. He cannot wait to get the point.
The answer to your question is no, I don't know. What is your next question?
So this is fascinating. That you acknowledge Judaism, but you disavow the book, which is the whole point of Judaism is to study the book. Let me choose a big.
Your question.
Not their phones. You're giving it to you. You're allowing them to use it. It's your phone. You're paying the bill. Go to their phone.
And for the most part, if you're raising your children, they don't really need a phone per se. When you're taking them to school, taking them back, they don't need. You're in contact with them 24/7 anyway. Middle school, right up to middle school, but you got all these other kids that have these phones.
To be a co-moderator in Uncle Steve's Mod Squad, so I'm hyped up.
He started his own room, so it might be a while.
Christian started his own room.
I got a notification.
Okay, go ahead.
So
maybe he changed his mind. I don't know.
The next thought I've been having is this question about morality and religion. And Steve, I want to ask you because sometimes.
By the way, for the record, I did try and ping Christian in, but I do not have permission to ping him into the room. But I know, and I know. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So the next question, and this would be a good one for Scott as well. The argument here is that you can't be moral and religious at the same time.
Well, that's not true.
Well, here's how it goes.
No. I'll tell you how it goes. Everybody on the planet has morals. Everybody on the planet has a morality. Everybody on the planet has a worldview and a moral code. It just not be one that you agree with. Yeah, go ahead.
Uncle Steve, you know what they say about the English and the Irish?
What?
You can make the English moral, but you can't make them religious. And you can make the Irish religious, but you just can't make them moral.
Gotcha.
Well, there you go. See, proof of the point. The question.
By the way, speaking, and there's a comment in the group chat. Someone opened a room about Christian. I will also say that somebody opened a room in Christian's house yesterday. That, by the way, let me see if Lynn, when you, me, and Reverend Scott were talking yesterday, and what's his name came in. And I did my best to be polite, and I said, "I'm sorry, we're talking privately. Hope you understand. We're going to have to move you out of the room. No disrespect, we're just talking privately." Somehow, some way, he opened up a room in Christian's house, and it was a derogatory title against me. Necro. Just thought I'd let you know.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Here's the question.
Yeah, Benjamin, I've been taking up a lot of your time. Would you like to go on a narrative, or do you want to keep engaging with your Uncle Steve?
I want to ask Uncle Steve.
Then you got 90 seconds left. Go ahead.
Excellent. So when the rubber meets the road for you, Steve, when it boils down to morality, where your morality is different than your religion.
In this case, is called
you point out all the places where that happens. We can get into Scott.
Yes, I would like you to point out one place where my morality is different than my religion today. Please do. I'll take one.
God kills the innocent Egyptian children.
My religion today does not advocate or endorse killing children, so that was wrong. Try again. Strike one.
Are you saying that your religion never even mentioned Steve?
No, but I said morals today.
So it does mention the Egyptian children.
My religion does not advocate killing children today. Strike one.
We'll get to whether it advocates.
Strike one, and 30 seconds left.
Does it talk about the Egyptian children ever? Your religion, the way you practice it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Go on mute, and I'll respond to that, and then we'll move on. Go on mute, please. We'll come back to you. Yes, the Torah, as with the Bible, as with the Quran, absolutely deals with a history of the parishioners or the people that are involved. The Torah, of course, goes back, the Torah and the Bible go back thousands of years. So yes, they deal with the history.
You should go in this room.
Since the books were written,
this is Uncle Scott's
thousands of years ago,
Casa de Appel. Ask Uncle Steve. I don't know
contain,
if you can get in that room if you're blocked.
Walls, which they don't.
Probably
can't
not.
possibly tell what's going on now. 2,000 plus
But
years later.
this kid Christian's grandmother is on here, and I think this bitch is weird.
You go to houses of worship, preachers, rabbis, ministers. Nobody advocates killing children today, and that's the way it is, and everybody knows it. Let's say hello to Brent. Brent, good morning. Welcome back to Ask Uncle Steve. You get a fresh 5 starting now. What would you like to talk about?
Just a quick mention of Benjamin.
A prior speaker. But Brent, and by the way, this is a rule that we have on the show for you newcomers. You are more than welcome to mention me, Uncle Steve Appel. In fact, I encourage all of you that when you travel down these horrible clubhouse streets, every room you go into, I want you to mention Uncle Steve. But when you're referring to somebody who said something, just say a prior speaker. It avoids a lot of problems. You can mention my name all the time.
I think it's a good rule that I mentally have trouble following.
That's okay. I will remind you.
So, first of all, Judaism probably isn't the oldest religion, at least monolistic. Zoroastrian is likely that. And, each religions sometimes have bad things in your books. It happens. You know, this kind of, I don't know, this kind of, you know, anti-Semitics are a real thing, and it's really disappointing, and it's really disappointing in 2025. So I really came up to just kind of ask you a question.
You can ask me anything you want.
You know, to me, it kind of feels like the momentum's turning against this administration. The market, public opinion, you know, Democrats are starting to win some special elections in pretty heavily Trump districts.
Is that why the Democratic approval rating, I believe it's 27%, is lower than it's ever been in 30 years?
I mean, I'd say that's because the Democratic base wants the Democrats to fight, and they don't feel like, especially things like the Schumer thing, though I personally agree with Schumer's decision, was the right thing. I think that is more satisfied in core Democratic voters than...
Now, speaking of the Democrats being the lowest at 27%, isn't Trump's approval rating, at least as a couple of weeks ago, at 47%, which is higher than the presidential approval rating has been in 20, 30 years, or am I mistaken?
I mean, you got to depends what poll you're looking at. I mean, it's 45, it's 45, but the trajectory is pretty clear. It's going down.
Okay, all right.
As was the markets, as was outcomes of special elections. You know.
Are you sure the markets are down?
I mean, they were on Friday. They've been.
Oh, no, well, yeah. But the market's higher than the day before Trump took office, right?
That's not true.
Not true.
I can fact check that, but if I'm wrong, I'm happy to say.
We'll tell you what, I would very much appreciate if you were to fact check what the Dow Jones was the day before Trump was elected president, and then what it is now, because I don't think it was up. Now, what is the market at now? Like 41,500, give or take, or it's a little above 41,000. I don't think last November the market was at 41,000, but you fact check me when you get a chance and let us know. Please continue.
Are we going from November, or are we going from when?
I said before Trump was elected, so the day before he was elected.
All right, I'll do that real quick.
No, when you get a chance. I'm not telling you to stop what you're doing and doing it now. I'm just saying that the markets are not down since Trump was elected. I believe they're up, but go ahead.
So, you know, I mean, well, they're definitely down since when he took office.
Yes, because they went up to a high of 44,000. They went up 10%, and now they came back down. That is correct. But my understanding is, and you fact check me, they are higher now than the day before he was elected. But please continue.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just an odd metric to give credit to Trump for you know, the market's anticipating something different, but then when they see the policies, they start going down. Does that make sense? Like,
because I don't credit Donald Trump with the market going up and down, but I credit uncertainty. The stock market loves regularity. The stock market likes certainty. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but who's creating the uncertainty with tariffs on, tariffs off, etc.?
Oh, Donald Trump, if you're talking about tariffs.
So, if he's creating the uncertainty and the market's reacting to uncertainty, that seems to be a pretty causal relationship.
Okay, so you think that the market going up and the market going down is 100% in the lap of the President of the United States? Is that correct?
No, traditionally not. Traditionally not. But I think when you have this level of tariffs on and all,
you think the current market going up and down falls directly in the lap 100% of Donald Trump? Yes.
The current downturn, absolutely.
But not the uptick, just the downturn.
The overall downturn since he took office and he started.
The market's gone up. The market's gone up. It went.
Since he took office.
Okay, and you know what? That figure I don't have. I just know that it's gone up since he was elected president.
But since he took office. office and starting to play hokey with tariffs, put your right foot in, put your left foot in.
I agree with you that the tariffs have been bad for the stock market, but I also think the tariffs are. I think at least initially the tariffs are bad for the economy.
But so I mean, and the market has directly responded to those tariffs. Would we agree with that?
I agree, because when you talk about those tariffs, and I don't know if they're imposed now or they're going to be imposed later in the year, they absolutely affect the economy.
Okay, so
yes, I think they absolutely affect the market. Yes.
Okay. So back to my.
Oh, by the way, y'all, I am no economist. Okay, if you're looking for, I mean, an in-depth discussion, I'm just some poor little schmuck who knows a little about a lot and a lot about a little, but I am no economist, which is why I say come up and talk about anything.
Sure. I'll try to get my original point out.
And please do it. And please do it within 90 seconds, because you've had more than 5 minutes. But then again, we'll come back to you and we can talk again later on in the show. In fact, I hope we do.
Does your time talking count in my 5 minutes?
If you choose to talk to me, which you have, tell you what, I have an idea. Tell you what, I'll go on mute. You can have another 2 minutes, because I asked you at the start if you wanted to go on it. You said you wanted to ask me a question. So.
Oh, I did. I never got the question out.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
Okay. So to me, it kind of feels like this is like we're at a momentum shift. The markets are down. They're reacting to uncertainty. The Fed Reserve interest numbers were terrible reported. Economic growth is cut. You're right about the figure about Democrats being unpopular, but I think that a lot of that very low number is his base wanting them to fight. But Trump's approval rating is on a downward trajectory, and you can kind of look at, I look at Nate Silver's Substack to get kind of, I think the best reading on that. So you're looking at approval around this last term and continuing to drop. Democrats are flipping special elections. They just flipped a state senate seat in Pennsylvania that is plus 16 Trump. I think they have a solid chance, and it's sad that it will be even close to flip on Tuesday a Trump plus, I believe, 25 seat in Florida 6. So, this seems like a pretty big momentum shift to me, and I just wanted to see if you had similar readings or you would totally disagree with that.
Yeah, I totally disagree that a special election here or now is a shift in the national political movement. I think coming up in about a little less than 2 years, 18 months, when we have the midterm elections, I think that the pendulum is going to swing back towards the center, if not to the other side. I think one of the reasons why Trump hit the ground running, and with douche, whatever the hell it is because they want to get all this stuff done within the first 2 years, because I don't think they're going to have control of both houses come 2 years. I think the Democrats are going to take one, if not both houses, but it's going to remain close. And but I don't think this is a downward trend. But I just think the pendulum is swinging. And Brent, thank you very much for coming on in. Please stay on stage. I enjoy speaking to you, and we'll definitely come back to you at least one more time. And Christian is here. Welcome, Christian. It's a pleasure to have you as a guest member of the Mod Squad. We'll get to you in a bit. As a moderator, you don't need to raise your hand, but feel free to contribute when appropriate. I'm sure you will, and if not, I'll let you know. Let's say hello to Violet. Violet, I accepted finally, and I apologize for the delay, your Facebook request, and let me tell you, I got a nice, warm, cuddly feeling when I did that. Good morning, Violet. It's a pleasure to see you on the show.
Good morning, Steve. You must have transmitted it across transcontinent because I got a warm, fuzzy feeling when I saw the notification.
Ooh.
I'm really glad.
Me too.
So, I don't have much to say this morning. I just wanted to be here with you guys and, hear what people had to say about stuff. And one of my favorite places to be on Saturday mornings. So.
Thank you, Violet. It's a pleasure. And for those of you here for the first time, we're at the bottom of the hour. The rules are simple. We encourage everybody to be bold, brave, courageous. Come on up and talk about anything you want. God, religion, politics, current events, clubhouse, you, me, Christian, children and or autistics on Clubhouse. Just keep it respectful. And with that, let's go to Lynn. Lynn, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you back on Ask Uncle Steve, and you are Christian's grandmother. Pleasure to have you here. What would you like to talk about?
I just wanted to say hi, everybody, and just be kind of here. I enjoy listening to all the garble.
Garble? I thought you were going to say garbage for a moment. You said garble.
Well, everything can get a little discombobulated when we got people.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. There are a lot of very smart people on Clubhouse, but there are a bigger share of idiots. Trust me. Uncle Steve knows. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everybody, and I can't wait to get more into the conversation, but I'm not quite awake yet. Give me a minute.
Oh, that's okay. We deal with a lot of people that are not quite awake. It's perfectly okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. That just comes with the territory. I mean, when you run a show, at least Pacific Standard Time, that starts at 7 a.m. week in and week out for 3 years, I deal with a lot of people that are just waking up. Let's say, go ahead, Lynn, if you want.
Oh, I was just gonna say, well, for me, I have the phone's going off at 3 o'clock this morning, so I was up an hour and a half.
Gotcha.
So my sleep got interrupted.
Understand. Thank you for being here. Let's say hello to Wizard. Wizard, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you on Ask Uncle Steve. What would you like to talk about?
Hey, Uncle Steve.
Wizard.
Love the content, and I want to bring some good content to the room. I have some aphorisms and maxims queued up. If I could get a fresh 5 to read from a personal selection by
You've done this before. When it comes anybody, it's not just you. When it comes to reading, we have a 60-second cap on reading. By the way, are you streaming this show on multiple platforms?
Yes, I mean the room's on replay, so I figured I'd be
go ahead.
okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead. But you can read for a minute. You can talk for up to 5, but you can read for a minute.
Okay, I'd like 60 seconds to read and then 4 minutes to talk. This is
called. Go ahead.
And I think you'll like this selection. It's called The Talker. These are aphorisms and maxims by W.H. Auden. Men govern nothing with more difficulty than their tongues, and can moderate their desires more than their words. Spinoza. Most men cry better than they speak. You get more nature out of them by pinching than addressing them. Thoreau. No man is exempt from saying silly things. The mischief is to say them deliberately. Montaigne. Watch your own speech and notice how it is guided by your less conscious purposes. George Eliot. Our intonations contain our philosophy of life, what each of us is constantly telling himself about things. Proust. One often contradicts an opinion when one is uncongenial, is really the tone in which it was conveyed. Nietzsche. The language of excitement is at best picturesque merely. You must be calm before you can utter oracles. Thoreau. Shy and unready men are great betrayers of secrets, for there are few wants more urgent for the moment than the want of something to say. Sir Henry Taylor. The vanity of being known to be trusted with a secret is generally one of the chief motives to disclose it. Dr. Johnson. A person may be very secretive and yet have no secrets. E. Hubbard. A man wants to make an important confession, but the man to whom he wished to unbosom himself does not come at once, so he says something quite different. Kierkegaard. There is no refuge from confession but suicide, and suicide is confession. Webster. A confidence always aims at glory, scandal, excuse, propaganda. Valerie. What is said when drunk has been thought out beforehand. Flemish proverb. He that talketh what he knoweth will also talk what he knoweth not. Bacon. So I think that's 60 seconds. So the other topic, I think you got Christian in the room and you got Lynn in the room and you got yourself and Scott and other people that have, unfortunately had to be subjected to this past 24-hour cycle of the news here on Clown House. And
yeah, and by the way, Christian is a guest moderator in the Mod Squad today. Please continue.
Yeah, so, I'll be honest with you, when I was 14, I wasn't using social audio, but I do understand, the pull to want to be like a DJ or a radio host or a content creator or an organizer. And as we get older, younger people are going to move up. But again, my advice for myself and most other people is go to the gym and read a book and maybe even delete the app. But the point is, when people make slanderous comments, welcome to Clown House. This is why these streets are so nasty. And, I've known you for quite a while. I've known Scott for quite a while. I don't know you in the real world, but I know here on this app, most conversations are all political and not this type of, vulgarity. But the point is, the now is all important. And I believe in full transparency. That's why I have no problem filming my beautiful punum and live streaming myself every day of the week. I like what you do, and I think it's got great value. And, by bringing high value content in, I hope you and people in this room enjoyed those aphorisms. I enjoyed them. I find that to be very intelligent, and in a way, it helps boost the morale, or at least the collective consciousness of the room, to know that we are not all just these vulgar, angry people who are constantly yelling at one another and exhausting our energy. Energy is limited. We only have so many breaths and heartbeats ahead of us. If we're going to waste our time with low IQ stupid people who waste everybody's time on low IQ stupid stuff, we're all collectively lower in IQ. So, God bless you all and God bless America.
Thank you. And before we move on, I don't mind dealing with low IQ stupid people because I find those conversations can be both entertaining and educational. But I think it needs to be balanced with regular people and with high IQ smart people, which is why we've been running the show exactly the same for the past 3 years. Everybody and anybody is encouraged to come up and speak about whatever they want, as long as they're respectful. Just like hopefully Dave will do right now. Dave, good morning. Welcome to Ask Uncle Steve. You get a fresh five. What would you like to talk about?
Spoken to Christian before, so I know exactly, hopefully, say in a respectful way. But Steve, so I have 2 points. The first point is to the prior speaker. And what I want to say is I spent quite a lot of time at Clubhouse with lady with pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas. What I learned is that...
By the way, sorry to interrupt. Christian, although only 14, is one of the best debaters on Clubhouse, period, in my humble opinion. And I just wanted to make that in my opinion. Go ahead, please continue.
I straight to the point. I think there are some teenagers, they can't wait to grow up very fast. And some of us call them attribute as precautious. And we are not here to, judge how God would like to create teenagers who are precautious, who can't wait to grow up, would like to join the adult as soon as possible. I think Christian could be one of those cases. Okay, so I'm going to go back to what I want to say. So what we learned from debating with pro-Hamas, pro-Palestine is that in the metaphor using Star Trek, they are like a Borg, they have hive mind. So every day after they finish debating...
Really, in Star Trek, I find Hamas like the Klingons, except they're dying out. Please continue. And I don't think that I forgot my start. I don't think the Federation will ever become. I don't think the United States will ever partner with the Klingons. We'll partner with Hamas. We want Hamas destroyed, and they will be destroyed. But please continue. Yes.
Yeah. We will. elaborate the Star Trek metaphor some other time. But the whole point is, my experience is they're like a Borg, hive mind. They can't think for themselves, right? So they are just information gathering. They come and debate, and then they gather whatever information and have, and then report back to the hive mind, right? And then next day come back with the new iteration of the new argument, right? So the prior speaker argument that, wow, your God killed innocent children, that is the new iteration, and that is gaining popularity. That is a reflection.
Really? I thought it was just Benjamin. I didn't know it was gaining popularity.
It's trending. It's trending.
I'm not surprised because Benjamin's been saying it every week ever since I've been doing the show, so I'm not surprised it's gaining popularity. Yeah, go ahead.
It's gaining popularity. And this is also good for Christian to get some sort of discernment, right? So there's this mindless approach of gathering information, submitting the information for further processing by the central hive mind, and then churn out new thing, and then they repeat with the same thing again, repeat, right? Try with the new information dot. So the whether the claiming that Israeli God killed innocent children is the trendy one, and then the rebuttal is this. So in the history of Bible, there are numerous times God decide to take out the entire city, like Sodom, Gomorrah.
Sodom, Gomorrah, and like the Amalekites. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
And another time when Moses came down from the mountain with the Ten Commandments.
And gray hair. Yes, go ahead.
And the Israeli people were Jewish people were praying. Were praying to.
They were partying. They were having a good time. They were having orgies, and they were building statues made of gold and precious metals. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
So God was very angry and decided to kill them all. Right.
That's right.
But and this is different from the template of Exodus when God decided to take out all the Egyptian children, because in the case of
let my people go. Yes.
Yeah, in the case of Sodom and Gomorrah, is the whole city destroyed, children adopt.
They kicked me from the room. Apparently they don't want full transparency.
That they were using a lever pulley system and like a whole bunch of slaves for the ones that built the pyramids with those huge blocks.
Yeah, it was all bullshit. They taught us all bullshit.
Yeah.
You can move big rocks with a fulcrum. They also said that the pyramids were tombs for the pharaohs. Like,
they also said that Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. That's a lot.
You're talking bullshit there. Where do you find out about Sunday school?
Yep.
It was really funny.
I know I'm
Good Shabbos, this is your Shabbos Goy detection system letting you know you are in rule protocol violation of Shabbos rule number 1A subsection C of Shemayim.
Is this wizard?
Awesome. Welcome. Thank you for that. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.
I have notified the Shamrim Society to come to your front door with a mezuzah to make sure that you go back into Shabbos mode.
Okay, behave yourself.
I know, someone said something last night that made me follow him. And I actually liked him for all of 5 minutes. Seriously, fucking get up and follow him.
I like him too, but he needs to know the rules. He doesn't know. So we don't interrupt in this room. We don't come off mic. Unless it's your turn.
And we don't record.
They don't record, but also follow the room, follow the house. I changed the title. It's two opinions. Not everyone agrees, and we'll get this party popping. Basically, I want to hear from every side, every angle. There's always a different opinion. To sit and understand the opinion is the hardest one. To have patience enough to let somebody speak without interrupting is a skill. Don't let your personal feelings get involved, and enjoy the room, and enjoy listening and understanding, and maybe you can learn something. Maybe you can learn that they hate you more than you thought, or they're hurting. They're hurting. Why are they hurting? People only want to give half the answers. They only want to give half the situation, that there's bombs going off in Gaza. But they're forgetting to add why the bombs are going off in Gaza. Why people are dying in Gaza. It falls down to, and I'll always believe this, love your fucking children more than you love death. Protect your children at all costs. Don't be bringing your children to a death parade. Do what's right for humanity. Do what's right for your children first and foremost.
Yeah, put me in the queue, Mons.
Yeah, no, you can come off mic whenever you want, but I mean, don't start coming R2D2 this and that. We have Skinny, a friend of mine. Welcome to the stage.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody has an opinion. You may not like the opinion, but that's their opinion, and that's the way they look at it. You can't change the way they look at it because they have a different view, and they were on the different end of it. So who is anybody to say you're wrong? That didn't happen.
They kicked me, doctor.
Or this and that.
Steve Appel kicked me. The room's on replay. I don't understand. Like, what? It's not like I even want to listen to his room.
A blob of fucking black ink.
I don't really give a
You
shit.
had to give an answer what you thought it was. They asked 20 kids and they got 20 different fucking depictions.
Man, I'm not giving a
what
fuck
it
about
was.
No, I know. It's funny. People are like, is this something new? It's like, oh, no, this ain't new. This is fucking Jazzy's world. Jazzy's a total piece of shit. Hold on, I'm going to say something.
And this is a safe place where you can have 90 seconds to speak without interrupting, and somebody can rebuttal it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Rabbi Raphael on this app, and one time I asked him for some advice, and he said, stand up for yourself, you know? And so if you look at that statement, stand up from yourself from the perspective of the Palestinians, they don't need to stand up for themselves against the Israelis or Jews. They need to stand up for themselves against the terrorist leaders that are destroying their civilization and killing their future chance of a state or a future chance at life. It's terrorist, murderous cocksuckers that pledge you into a death cult that you didn't vote for that are the enemy. And so that's what standing up, you know, for your rights means. It doesn't mean standing up against your neighbors who, you know, who actually don't want to kill you, don't want problems with you, and want peace. So a lot of the political propagandists on here who are pro-Pally, they don't understand who they need to stand up against because they themselves are so highly brainwashed and they absolutely are delusional. And a lot of these people, you know, like Edward, the blind accountant, he'll say, oh no, Hamas needs to go into the shadows to provide a Praetorian Guard to protect the sovereignty and the rights of the Palestinian people. They won't rule. They'll just act as the vanguard to make sure that they don't get taken over again. And look, you got Prince in here with his terrorist glow eyes in his keffiyeh.
I'm going to tell you right now, no personal attack. Prince has an opinion. He has the way he looks at it. It's not the same when you.
I know. This is what I'm telling you.
Don't leave your personal feelings out of this conversation.
He's an example. He's an example.
Don't make him an example. He's a human, and he has the right to speak. So please, no personal.
Okay, I'm a human. I have a right to speak too, and he will come up here and personally attack me. So when he comes up here and he personally attacks me, I'm sure you're going to moderate.
Fuck, bro. I know how to moderate, and I do a great job at it. So I'm trying to tell you. Please don't do a personal attack. And if he does, I promise you, I'm going to lower him.
Got it. Okay. Well, listen, the point is stand up for yourself. Most people know what's good and bad. However, propagandized people who are completely brainwashed are delusional. And they want to come on here and use their words and their rhetoric to try to convince you otherwise. But they are supporting murder and terrorism at the highest levels of evil. And on this app, you are being deluded if you actually believe what these pro-terrorist cocksuckers say. They are unpatriotic to their own people, to their own country. They stand with death, mayhem, and chaos. Fuck them all. Don't believe their lies or their bullshit. I am complete.
Go ahead. Yeah, let me just ask this terrorist a question. So you're saying that the Palestinians were, in other words...
That's a personal attack. He just called me a terrorist, BB. Did you hear that? He called me a terrorist.
You ended your conversation with the personal attack, but listen. So
you're saying that the Palestinians are being brainwashed by their leaders, is that correct? And they need to make peace with their neighbors, is that correct, Wizard? Is that what you said?
Listen, I'm not here to do a Q&A with you. I just spoke my piece and gave you my information, and now I am complete. Take your Q&As or make your own little speech, Dr. Skinny.
When you finish barking, I'll talk. So let's talk about these neighbors. Back in 1948, 750,000 Palestinians were expelled from their home in what is known as Nakba. More than 500 Palestinian villages were destroyed, and refugees were prevented from returning. Massacres such as Deir Yassin led to widespread of terrorism and displacements. And after the war in 1948, Israel controlled 78% of the land of Palestine, and exceeding 55%, which were allocated by the UN partition or the UN partition plan. So please tell us more. Tell us more, yeah, Wizard. Tell us. Tell us what piece are you talking about?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Do you want to elaborate then, Jewish?
So let Wizard respond to the claims. Once again, let Wizard respond to the claims that the Palestinians are being brainwashed by their leaders and they should want peace similar to their neighbors, Israel, so-called Israel. So is this the piece that you're talking about? This is just me pulling 1948.
No, but Skinny, Wizard, that's a fair statement. So you made a statement and Skinny rebutted. If you want to be part of the dialogue, you can respond. If you don't, then I suggest just going to the audience, my friend. I want to keep it fair. Wizard, are you there? If you're not, I'm just gonna lower you. Because I only have enough tickets for the stage and I don't want to block in case somebody else wants to come and join. Okay, thanks. That's the problem. So somebody's gonna make a statement, somebody's gonna rebuttal it, and then the person keeps quiet. I don't know why you would do that. It's kind of like you lost your mojo. I was like actually agreeing with some of the things you were saying, and I was waiting for you to come back with a rebuttal. I didn't agree with everything you said, but I was agreeing with some of the things you're saying. It would have been refreshing if you would have went back with proper dialogue. But again, people are taking their personal opinions, personal feelings into their opinions, and that is a fucking problem. You can't be doing that.
You're right.
Take the personal feelings out of this, have a proper dialogue, communicate. Remember, this is an app. This is people with opinions, ideas, and personal feelings. All I'm asking is a favor, keep your personal feelings out of it, have the dialogue, don't accost people as a collective whole, and say it's because of you that this is going on. That's not fucking factual. And that's it, let's get this part. So I want to also bring up the fact about today, right? Israel sends a team over to Thailand because of the earthquake. They're always sending people around the world for humanitarian aid, which is an interesting fact. While they're engaged in the war, they still have time to help out the world. Is it because of optics, or is it because of the good nature? I believe it's the good nature. I do want to welcome everybody to the room. This is a safe place where you can speak.
Welcome.
Okay, welcome. How are you? Morning.
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. I'm good, very good.
Nice. Wizard, I can't bring him up if Rachel, can you, he's got his hand up. I'm trying to bring him up, but it won't allow me.
I can get him up, I think.
Yeah, please invite him back up. And I do understand, Wizard, you're passionate about your stance, but I just want rules in here in place. And I know it's hard sometimes to navigate around the rules, but in order to have a fair space where people can speak their piece, we need to do
That's
that.
fine. I like rooms that have rules and they actually enforce the rules. They don't just talk about rules. They actually enforce rules.
So do you wanna comment back on
Skinny, go ahead and reassert your position. I had to step out of my office here. Go ahead.
Sorry, I cannot do that.
Okay, then I'll just move on to the optics question about sending humanitarian heroes around the world to help victims of natural disasters. You know, it's not just optics. It's because Israel is a highly organized society that can actually deploy resources on the behalf of humanity, unlike their immortal terrorist enemies who happen to live next door. So not everything is optics. Some of it is done because people are highly organized and educated and don't spend all their money and resources on war and devastating their neighbors. So it's not just optics, it's actually goodwill. It's actually using your resources for the good of humanity, not destruction and war and terrorism and chaos and murder and mayhem. Because a lot of people on this app, and I won't mention any specific names, that's what their lives are dedicated to. Destruction, chaos, and war, and killing people for their own personal gain because they think their abuela's condo in Haifa got taken over by some European regime colonizer. These are delusional people who want to fill your head with their propaganda, lies, and deceit. I am complete.
Since October 7th, Mr. Wizard, Israel has killed more than 60,000 Palestinians, and around 104 to 110,000 has been wounded. Most of the civilians or the population in Gaza is women and children. Over 18,400 children has been killed. Between 3,000 to 5,000 of them are under the age of 5, and between 1,000 and 2,000 are infants. Blockade. Israel has forced a blockade on Gaza, not allowing humanitarian aid to go in.
On October 7th, 1,400 people were murdered.
You know, yeah, Wizard, I don't even use the October 7th argument. I do not use it. But I'm just...
I want to list out a bunch of statistics like a robot.
I'm giving you the easy stuff.
I'll bring you back up, Wizard, when you want to be able to...
That's it. So, you're sitting up there talking about being humanitarian and all this stuff. I'm just responding.
Bunch of statistics like a robot.
Have humanity in you. Show me.
Can you bring them back up, Rachel?
Don't get so triggered, Wizard. I'll give you facts. Everything that I say. Can you give me facts?
Okay, I guess if the rule is I can't interrupt, I can't interrupt. So put me in the queue, Dr. Beebe.
Yeah, go ahead. It's not Dr. Beebe.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if he wants to be like Joseph Stalin and give us his statistical tables.
That's what you're doing right now. No. That's what you're doing right now. You're conflating it and doing a personal thing. Listen, man. I'm a Jew. I'm a Zionist. Okay. I'm a very proud Jew and a proud Zionist. I want to be able to host a space where I can hear the other side and let people speak for 90 seconds, and that's it. And I don't care about the theatrics on how you're starting your conversation. Well, this guy said, blah, 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 blah. No, spit up your rebuttal.
You want me to go ahead?
Of course, sir.
Okay, so what he's doing is Joseph Stalin hypnosis with his statistical tables here.
There you go. You just did the opposite, bro. Just rebuttal what he said.
What do you mean I'm talking? This is the rebuttal. You don't like what I have to say? Then just kick me from your room. I don't care.
No, go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
I mean, you're a strong Zionist. Apparently, you can take anything. So the point is, Dr. Skinny here just gave you a bunch of statistics, which aren't even true to begin with. And where's the source? Put it in a link, okay? Don't waste your time with the hypnosis propaganda of these liars. They support murder, terrorism, chaos, and death. Is that the type of life anyone here in this room wants to live? No, but that's what these losers on this app actually want you to feel and think. They are propagandists, they are lying to you, and they are terrorists. Don't give them your ears, don't give them your brain, don't let them live rent-free in your house. Your house is beautiful, your house is spotless. These people are street scum. These people are terrorist murderers that want to kill you, your family, and take over your houses, take over your property, and put you in the grave. Don't fucking believe them. They're liars. I am complete.
Okay. You're complete. So Miss, if I may respond, Mr. Sir, what do you accept as a source?
Did you want him to put in the chat? Because he will.
What do you accept as a source? Simple question. What would you like and what do you accept as a source to what I said?
Well, thank you so much for catering to my needs as an information source gatherer. But go ahead, you put your link since you're making the claim. Do you understand, sir? Do you know how a claim works?
You said I'm a liar and you're asking for sources. I'm asking you what do you accept as a source so I can pull up that source and put it in the chat so you
Put it in the chat.
What do you accept? It's simple.
I want a source that can't kill the Israeli soldier.
Is that what I said?
Put it in the chat.
Skinny, I know, I'm
You
new.
made the
Okay, then
claims.
keep your mouth shut. Is that what I said?
No, don't.
Did I say that? Did I say I can't kill the soldier? Did I say that?
Yeah, you bring. So why
You made the claims. Let's see the link.
None of your business. Did I say that?
It's my business, by the way.
So what did I say? Now,
Go
what
ahead.
I say
This goes nice. You can take it in.
I'll take your business.
You want to hear what I have to say? It's
When I say
good.
something, listen.
One mic.
When I say something, call me out for it and ask me to put a source for you, and I'll put a source for you. I think I can't kill
100% Skinny. So I believe the question to be asked is, hold on, I believe the question is, why in some PTRs there's a linked cat with a Palestinian flag on his forehead and a kafia. Why is that photo being used? Somebody answer that. I think that's what Sam was trying to say.
I love this cat, and I love the Palestinian flag.
No,
yes, they're relevant. It's silly. It's a silly argument that you're trying to make. Let's go back to wizard. Sorry, Sam. Let's go back to.
Hold on. Sorry, Skinny. Let me do the rules again. Fucking, this is like the craziest thing I've ever So no interrupting. We got 90 seconds to speak your piece. This room is brought to you by Tylenol. Preparation H and Tums because you're gonna leave with a fucking headache and sore ass and an upset stomach. Today's room, we're gonna continue doing the same rules. Ask a question, no personal attacks. You wait for the other person to finish, and then you can rebuttal. And please, I stress on the no personal attacks. Please be mindful of the other speakers. Go ahead.
I just want to make it easier for this wizard too. Now, I can post you hundreds of links in the chat, and you're gonna come back and say, no, this link is from here, from there, from whatever. Can you tell me what do you accept as a source, and I'll put it for you in the chat. What do you accept? What's your go-to sources? Who do you believe in? Who do you trust?
Okay, perfect. And I want to introduce, welcome Sam and Achek. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys wrote the rules. Whoever wants the mic. Sam, go ahead.
You want sources? Channel 14 Israel. This is.
So what are you talking about?
Channel. You talked about sources.
What do you want? What do you want?
Every time that you want a source, I believe to Channel 14 Israel.
So what are you looking for?
You can Google it.
So what are you looking for? What do you want sources for?
I don't know. Let's see. I just entered the room, so let's see.
So don't you think that when you enter a room, you should take a few minutes to listen to what's going on?
No. He's saying whenever he wants a source, you should provide Channel 14 a source from there.
And also, I entered the room and asked you, Skinny, tell us about the cat. What is it? How it connected to the body?
I'm not here to comfort your feelings and emotions, man. Ask me something that is not silly. Ask me something that is not silly. Not silly. Don't ask me a silly question. Don't ask me a...
Okay, so you refuse to answer it. Okay, everyone.
Yes, everybody hears it. I refuse to answer Sam's silly question.
Why? Do you have something to hide?
I literally told you it's a silly question.
Yeah, but why? Why is it a silly question?
That's about it. Let me pull up the source for you, man. Come.
Yes, you make so many claims, Dr. Skinny. Put link in chat so we can see information.
What is the claim that I made that you want information
From
for?
all your data tables about the deaths and the numbers in Gaza.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a minute. I asked you for your source so you don't say
Shukran,
that.
Habibi. I'll give you 1 minute. Put it in link so I can see the chat. Can Dr. Prince maybe go? Because Dr. Prince, he's such a good rhetorician for his people in Gaza. Go ahead, Dr. Prince. Tell us why the genocide is really happening right now, at this very moment. Shukran, Habibi. Tayyab, Habibi.
Is Skinny an Egyptian?
I'm a human being.
Okay, and a human being from what part of Earth are you?
It's not relevant.
It's relevant for me. You are not polite.
Why is it relevant?
Did I curse you? I asked.
Did I curse you? I'm just telling you it's not relevant.
This is against what I'm saying about personal attacks. This isn't about, this room isn't fucking centered around Skinny and his fucking background of his life. This is centered around what Skinny's opinion is and what your opinion is, and then we can rebuttal that.
See, the opinion, but Dr. Bibi, the point is, the opinion is good versus evil, bad versus good. The Palestinians are the baddies here. The Israelis are the goodies. And these people are the baddies. It's just good versus bad. They don't know they're on the bad side.
You want some milk?
You're going to give me some goat milk? I love goat milk from grocery store bag. Just plastic bag. Just put the goat right in the milk. I eat it. I drink it. It's the best, Habibi. Oh, I love your goat milk. Shukran, Habibi.
I'm gonna fucking boom the room if you're really gonna act like childs, man.
Boom the room. Do you even know how to lead a room? You're a mod. Do something with your life. Lead a room. Educate some people on something. Don't just let propagandists spread their shit.
Man, honestly, you have a bunch of good talking points, but you're ruining it because you don't know how to fucking.
You're the mod. Do something with your life.
How come Israel hasn't applied sovereignty to the end scenario yet? I'm tired of waiting for them to. I think it's the most appropriate time to do it. Do you think it's about internal Israeli politics why they haven't done it? Because if they do it right now, you have an American administration that really doesn't care. They're not gonna stop them right away. So my question to you is like, why don't they apply sovereignty to the end scenario right now? Because if the Arabs had the military might of Israel, they would have done it already. Why isn't Israel doing it? It's really frustrating.
I can't answer that, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if Gil is available to speak.
That's gonna happen.
Hey there, Gil. Like, I want to know this question because a lot of
my answer is it's gonna happen.
Oh, praise the Lord. I want that to happen so quickly. It's gonna be so beautiful. And it's about time.
I just actually wanted to interject there also to push back on this guy Skinny, who uses Palestinian propaganda and manipulation and lies that are pushed out by Hamas. These numbers that he proudly talks about as if it's a trophy and a medal that he's lost so many of his so-called people are nothing but lies and manipulation of facts. Fact is, any war expert will tell you this. The civilian to militant ratios in this particular war is the lowest probably in any urban conflict. In fact, it is the lowest in any urban conflict ever recorded in history. The fact that Skinny just talks and talks and talks, and again uses his we killed 100,000 babies.
Compare it to Ukraine.
Guys, if I'm talking, please don't interrupt me.
Don't run away. Compare it to Ukraine and tell me if the
Shut
numbers
the fuck up. You're interrupting. I'm not going to listen to you if you interrupt. I don't care about Ukraine. I care about my country. My one Jewish state, which will be an eternity.
What's your country, if I may ask? Where are you from?
Again, you're interrupting. You're interrupting.
Where are you from?
You can come up after I speak, okay? I'm from Israel, you schmuck. That's where we're all from. We're all from Israel. You want to have a dialogue with me? You can have a dialogue, but don't spout lies. You know, these people, I just want to say it, look at this Yiddish man, Palestine, יופי. פלסטין, אתה אפס מאופס, אתה חתיכת בן זונה, וחוץ מזה אתה מדבר שטויות כל הזמן. אנחנו מכירים אותך כבר הרבה זמן. You, my friend, are not Palestinian. Skinny, you are nothing but an Arab, or whatever it is you are. I don't give a shit. But there's something that you want to know actually have destroyed Gaza in 2 days. Keep that in mind.
Are you done? I can speak? So what's the truth? I know you spoke your language and you cussed me out and all this, so what's the truth? Can you tell me?
Skinny, do you think that Hezbollah
Jordan!
is last battle?
So what is the truth?
Stop when you come down, please.
What is the truth?
The truth is, Yahmar,
Yes.
that you are done nothing to do with this land. You're a liar. You're a thief. And you know what? You're a squatter. And if you've got any family there, they're squatters as well. Enjoy being a squatter.
So what is the truth?
The truth is that we are cleaning the Islamic occupation from the Holy Land.
Sure. So what is
Okay, I'm back, and I'm
Stand here, Prince. So you're saying that everything that I'm saying is a lie, yet you unmuted and you spoke and you started cussing me and my family out. So where's the value in what you're saying? What's the truth?
Gil, do you want to answer him or?
Yeah, you guys can pick who's gonna
Sure,
speak.
Khalil, I don't want to be a Nazi.
Yeah.